Brandon Allen's out. Jonathan Williams out. Alex Cross will be in there. And something Allen. Whatever. All right. Hello, boys and girls. I'm Flipper55 with Fat Finger Gaming, and welcome to Fat Finger Gaming's absurd 32-team playoff for the college football 2015 season. Today, first round action, 4 versus 5 seed, which is number 16 Arkansas Razorbacks, number 18 Virginia Mountaineers. Both teams finished mid-pack. However, West Virginia did surprisingly well and went and got to third in the Big 12. So we'll see if they can continue their little surprising run with a run into the second round. All right, so we're kicking off our Twitch Monday with first round action here in the North region. That's the Michigan State region. We'll discuss the games coming up right now in the brackets. I am tied for first with Snug at 10 wins. Then there is a whole bunch of people with 9 wins and some people with 8 wins. Then there are some people who are very, very down on the list of wins. Yes, I have not gotten the standings page up. I will, because I want to make sure you guys all see where you're ranked and how many wins you have and all that fun stuff. We can all laugh at people who do horribly, and we can celebrate when I win. The Earthshaker, for some reason, wants a rivalry with me. The Earthshaker during Monday only got 2 wins during that whole region. Went 2 for 2.
10 yards to go. Ball on their own 36.
Apparently, I did not. Apparently, I think I said Twitch Monday. Yeah, this is Wednesday. Anyways, whatever. It happens. Thanks for the correction. Soon I'll be saying Twitch Thursday just for the hell of it. Anyways, now I'm. Come on, Skyler. Oh, God. I did pick West Virginia.
Yeah, they just couldn't connect on a pass there. That was a very good stand by this defense.
Fossil, if you go to the brackets and hit the drop down, click your name, you should know. Anyways, I'll look that up real quick because it gets a little buggy from time to time, and I don't know why. Fossil, you have 7 wins, so you are 7-5. Anyways, Earthshaker, who was right behind me, or actually was tied with me, wanted a rivalry with me. I told him it only can be a rivalry if you actually can beat me. And sure enough, on that night, I went 4-0, and he went 2-2. Now, the funny thing about that region is a lot of people got all 4 games right. A lot of people. The majority of people got all 4 games right, which was very interesting. But yeah, if you go to the brackets, if you go to Fat Finger Gaming, you do the same little thing. You do the same little thing that you did to actually edit your brackets. Type in your Twitch name. You'll get into your brackets. There will be a little number underneath. There's a drop down, and then there's a little number underneath that drop down. And whoever the drop down menu is on is whose bracket you're looking at, and whatever that number is how many number of wins they have. Alex Collins. Oh, I said Alex Cross. That's funny. Alex Collins. Alex Cross. Patriot Games. Red October. That was Alex Cross, right? No, it wasn't. Alex Cross is Kiss the Girls. And somebody else, and I'm forgetting. I don't know why I'm forgetting. It's annoying. I always forget. Kiss the Girls was Clear and Present Danger. That's what it was, right? No, it wasn't. Clear and Present Danger is Patriot Games. For the love of God. Kiss the Girls, and that was the least popular of the one.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. And he's
Along came Spider. All right.
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
Yeah. It happens.
On the pass, touchdown.
And then Arkansas straight down the field. Touchdown, Arkansas.
When they're in the red zone.
Oh, Razorbacks. Come here, little piglet. You look rather cute there, piggy.
The uprights with the extra point. So an 8-play, 69-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
Arkansas is in the driver's seat right now, but it's still early, Kirk.
Yep, very early in this.
And the one thing about the Twitch chat that I absolutely love, we are going to start talking about something.
You never like to have
We have thrown it out to Fossil wants to bring up what are we talking about today, and I just said you get first pick. So what are you going to pick? What do you want to talk about, huh? Want to talk about Mark Richt should be fired? Going to be fired? When is he going to be fired? You want to talk about the latest fashion? You want to talk about college football playoffs? The new ranking. The new ranking. We talking about top 25. We talking about college football players. Because let me tell you something. If they're going to have college football playoffs, if they have a selection committee getting together, if they get a selection committee together to rank 25 teams, why are we even doing the AP and the coaches poll anymore? Just does anybody really care? I mean, seriously. I mean, there was one thing during the BCS, because the BCS computers would take into account the rankings of both.
He's pushed out of bounds around the 43-yard line.
And wait, I'll get to that in a second, because this is what I'm going to get to. I'll get to that in a second. But the whole point is, if you're going to start this selection committee like this early, which I absolutely love, because ESPN, college football, I love when people manufacture something that only that gives people no true value except to the people that manufactured it. It gives them airtime. It gives them money. It gives them advertising. I mean, these people manufactured something that gives us public absolutely nothing in return besides the fact that people want to punch each other in the face. I love it. Yeah, people wake with the people act like there's one week of games left. And you know, and that's actually the funniest thing about those rankings. Here's my question to you. If you told the selection committee that the rest of the regular season was canceled, therefore their top 4 was playing in a playoff, and those were the only teams that were going to be in the national championship, do you think those rankings would be the same? No. No, they wouldn't.
Will be tied with the extra point.
I do enjoy it. I love the fact, I really do. I love the fact that college football and ESPN manufactured something for people to argue over midway through the season. There's no way. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but I absolutely love it. I really do.
And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. They ran the ball very well on their last drive, and it resulted in 6. Quick throw out to the receiver. And he's taken down at the 41.
I think play action is a big part of this.
I equate this is Wig. I equate the college football playoff ranking to when ESPN ranks their top NBA players every year, and it's supposed to magically mean something. We need power rankings. We need these power polls. We need to argue over something. That's exactly... ESPN sits around. That's really what they do. They get this big boardroom, and they sit around. They're like, all right, we need some kind of metric, some kind of quantitative metric that we can put in front of people's faces that they can argue over the next day at work. They really do. I guarantee that's what they do. So they put this power projection, the FPI. They started ranking NFL teams for no apparent reason. The NFL Network does that now. I mean, that right there makes me snicker. I mean, this is a long time ago when they started ranking NFL teams. That right there makes me snicker, because you know what? I really don't care. The NFL is the NFL. There are going to be 12 teams in the playoffs, and whoever wins out holds a little trophy, and there's not one team outside of those 12 teams that can say a damn thing about they should have been holding the trophy. There's not. Wait, it's okay. Football season ended weeks ago. Yep. After NC State beat you guys 35-17, you back. That was it. Y'all just packed up and said, we're done. We're done. And now Wake is talking about the fact that they're all about soccer. And they're number 2 team in the nation or whatever. I'm going to actually, you know, the funniest thing, I'm going to actually start paying attention to rankings in soccer now. Just to see how Wake does. Dude, football, soccer, football, whatever the hell you want to say. Soccer is actually damn funny. I'll get back to that in a second. Still a sport. You gotta love it. Love sports. I love all sports. I played just about every sport. The only thing that I hated about soccer, when I played lacrosse, it dawned on me why I hated soccer. Or why I didn't like soccer, was the fact that, like, in lacrosse, both in soccer and in lacrosse, I played midi. And in lacrosse, when I ran down the field and hit somebody, I finally realized what annoyed me about soccer, which was the fact that you run all that way, and I know there are slide tackles. It's just not as fun as lowering your damn shoulder and knocking somebody flat on their back. So I came up with the conclusion, because I really did enjoy lacrosse. So I came up with the conclusion, but the reason why I didn't like soccer was because if you're going to run all that way, you at least need to hit somebody. And that was the deal in football. I was a safety. If I ran to a sideline, somebody was getting hit. I don't care if it was a blocker. I don't care if it was a man carrying the ball. I don't care if the ball passed over a dude's head and I hit him late. It doesn't matter. If I've got to run 30 to 40 yards, somebody's getting hit. They have to. All right. Snug. How do Alabama get in as Alabama? As an Alabama fan, we have not been playing well. If we beat LSU, we have a good chance of making it in. Exactly. Why is Alabama a 7-1 in? It doesn't matter. But it was funny, everybody talking about resumes. How the hell does Alabama have a resume that's better than Iowa? Has Iowa played anybody? Well, they played Wisconsin. They beat Wisconsin. Alabama played Wisconsin. They beat Wisconsin. Yeah. Iowa has lost to nobody. Alabama has lost to a team that lost to Memphis. It's just one of those fun things. We'll see what happens when this all shakes out. I'm starting to believe more and more the SEC, the best conference in the nation, is played, the more and more I feel good about my prediction that the SEC will lose in the next 5 years of playoffs. They will not get out of the first round in the next 5 years of playoffs. And the reason why I came up with it is just because the world burns sort of type of thing. But the whole thing is the SEC, they deserved the talk that they've had. If you look at what they've done nothing better than any other conference. Right now in college football, the only thing you can possibly say about the conferences is the Pac-12 and the ACC are lower than the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the SEC. That's the only thing you can say. You cannot make a good case for any being better than any other conference. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to tell you right now, when that first round of the playoff comes up, there is going to be SEC just anger. And if they need anybody, any other ups and motivation to win against that game, another conference will beat an SEC, because the SEC, the tops aren't as good as they used to be. They aren't the dominant teams that they were, and they're not as good as the other big teams. Definitely not Ohio State, who needs to get a little motivation to actually play. We won't even talk about Clemson.
This game's already shaping up to be a good one as we head to the second quarter. 14-7, Razorbacks. And we welcome you back to the action here just about 7.
All right, Wake, I'll give you a reason why the ESPN comes up with the dumbest stats. Why? You know, that stat they have the NFL QBs called QBR, okay? In Denver, the game with Aaron Rodgers finished 14 for 22, 77 yards. He earned a 64.6 QBR. Tom Brady went 26 for 38, 356 yards, 4 TDs, and he got a 60.7. That's absolutely awesome.
Before he can go anywhere.
I did not know that. The one thing that came up with stats, and Troy Aikman was talking about it. I wanted to put my head through a TV screen. I'm okay with Troy Aikman. I'm a Bills fan, and it annoys me when he's on, but I'm okay with him. I do know a certain Philadelphia fan, a certain Eagles fan. If he gets on here, he hates it, especially the last most Dallas Philadelphia games. He commentates, and obviously it gets under his skin. But I think this was years back, a couple years back. People look at the stats, and Troy Aikman brought up a stat. Or actually, it wasn't Troy Aikman who brought up a stat. It was, one of the stats guys brought up the fact that completion percentages on third down are like skyrocketing. And Troy, third and long actually is what it said. And Troy brought up. Troy's like, wow, that didn't used to be that way. And so they started talking about how much better the quarterbacks are performing on third and long because these completion percentages are going up. No one, especially when the next play was on third and long and somebody hit a screen pass, nobody brought up the fact that nowadays on third and long, they're telling the quarterbacks, don't turn over the damn ball, just kick down a screen pass. Maybe we'll get a first down. The better quarterbacks are throwing for first downs, are trying to throw for first downs. So when you try to throw for a first down on, third and 10, your completion percentage will go down. I don't care who the hell you are. If you're the best quarterback in the nation. It's a lot easier to complete a 3rd and 2 pass because either A, you're only throwing it 5 yards, or B, because the idiots jumped all over the out route. The out and up is completely open. You can basically underarm the ball out there.
Great job to pin him up and cause the turnover on downs.
But on third and long, what's going on? On downs for West Virginia, gambling already.
Just 1 or 2 plays. Arkansas is up a score.
So people, that's the problem with stats. People completely miss. People don't look into why things are the way they are. They make automatic assumptions because completion percentages are going up. Quarterbacks are just playing a lot better. The rules have changed so that it's easier to pick up third and long. Yada 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 yada. You can go on. But the biggest reason is there's a hell of a lot more screen passes being thrown nowadays. So you get a completion, but you don't get the first down. All right, snug. Let me catch up with this. Snug for Bama to be better chances to make it if Ole Miss loses one more time and Bama wins out to get to the SEC championship. A resident Auburn fan brings up they got to get back. They got to get by LSU first. I think, honestly, I think Bama wins that. I did hear some history, and I've got to look that up. I'll look that up in a second. This is why I wish this is why producers come in handy, because they can fact check for me. But somebody had said something like LSU has won, like, what, 9 out of 10 times in Tuscaloosa? I thought that was stupid. Not stupid. I thought that was...
He's to the 40. Makes it to the 47.
I didn't think that was right. I mean, if that's the case, that's very interesting. That's very, very, very interesting.
Had it intercepted.
And I wish
that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback.
Sugar.
He had no shot at completing it.
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
I should have.
He scrambled. Now he's going to run and watch out.
I've had Winsipedia. I look up Winsipedia a lot. They've got great. Great statistics on just about, you can compare just about every team, which is awesome.
Arkansas is up 7.
And unfortunately, it's not coming up right now, and I forgot to bookmark the damn thing. Of course.
And he hits him hard at the 39. From the 39-yard line. Second down.
Man, I feel like someone's crawling on my damn neck. I have no idea why. All right. I got Winsipedia up. Is Wake? Yes, Wake. This is the thing. I absolutely love it. You can compare every team against every team. So if you want to know who had the better, who's had the better record over the past couple of years, the series record, the winning streaks, yada 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 yada.
The hands of the safety. I can't believe he dropped it.
That brings up 4th and 11. They're trying to pin them deep with a solid punt right here.
Fournette is a monster. I will give him that.
This one will go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. West Virginia's coaching
No, well, let's see here. Tuscaloosa. The last time they're in Tuscaloosa.
What they had planned with their star running backs just not working today.
Bama won.
Continuity between a coaching staff and a quarterback and an offense is tested.
Actually, it's not bad. So, okay, we'll count down. 1-0. 0-1. 1-1. This is LSU. 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2.
There's a strike complete. He's down.
6-5. So over the last 11 years in Tuscaloosa, LSU is 6-5, which is actually pretty shocking.
Gets it out quickly, and down he goes at about the 47-yard line.
So anyway, I think Alabama's going to win the game. I know Fournette's a monster. Syracuse did hold him for 3 quarters, and that's one of the things. That you gotta remember when you're talking about LSU. They just barely beat a Florida team that Florida should have lost to ECU. LSU for 3 quarters was not in trouble. They were being held, and Syracuse was only a score away, and that was with I'm pretty sure it was their 5th string, but we'll go 4th string. I know he's a walk-on quarterback. I know he doesn't have a scholarship yet.
And he's hit immediately.
You know, you got to reevaluate. You do have to reevaluate, take everything in. You know, the thing that made LSU look like a monster was their absolute embarrassing smackdown of Auburn. And at this point in time, you're sitting there thinking, maybe that embarrassing Auburn victory or beatdown of Auburn, maybe that wasn't because LSU is just that much better. Maybe it's because, or that great. Maybe it's because Auburn, yeah, I think it's a down year. Just a wee bit.
And he's immediately tackled.
Everyone says if you stop Fournette, then what happens? This is good. Snug. Everyone says if you stop Fournette, then what happens? Wake responds, LSU punts. Yeah, trust me. I'll put 8 in the box and I'll try. Dude, go ahead. Try to beat me. Seriously, try to beat me. Not saying that he can't. It's sort of like Dobbs. I really do. I think sort of like Dobbs, sort of like Brissett. Brissett, I think, is an overall better quarterback, but that's besides the point. When he gets hot. When these guys show up, they can completely control a game. The problem is just how erratic they are. Good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks show up day in, day out. If you look at like a Coker, he's the same. You know exactly what you're gonna get from him. And he's not a great quarterback, but you know what you're gonna get from him. McCarron, same way. You knew every week what you're going to get from him and what you weren't going to get from him. If you look at Fitzpatrick in the NFL, same thing. Just even tone. Those kind of guys surrounded by talent will win games week in, week out, because all they got to do is provide a consistent bowl game.
Quick shot to the open receiver, and he can't hang on to the ball.
Dudes like Dobbs, dudes like Trayvon Harris, dudes like the other Harris. What the hell's his name? Those guys don't show up every day, every week. They really don't show up every week. If they did, there'd be a lot better of a team. You also got to remember LSU has got Les Miles. The good news with having Les Miles as coach is the team doesn't have to walk as far because they can park right there at the handicap spot. All right, I know that was bad. That's besides the point.
Well, this secondary has to feel pretty good about locking down the receivers on that drive.
That'll make it 4th and 10. Smith is the deep man, awaiting the return.
Meanwhile, we have a beautiful game here. 1:41 left to go, and it is tied. I'm very disappointed in Arkansas, by the way. Very disappointed in Arkansas. I was all giddy. Arkansas at one point had one point in the futures was third to win the West, the SEC West, and fourth to win the SEC. That was the fourth best odds to win the SEC. Then all of a sudden, the money started rolling in. And LSU just went nuts. Now, here was the thing, and I wish I could bring up that stat. I believe on a $10 bet, LSU, I believe LSU would win you $80 if they won the SEC. That was the first futures that came out. And one of these, next year, what I'm going to do, because it'd make this a hell of a lot better. Next year, what I'll do is I'll print out each month. Because there was a huge change from June to July, and Arkansas was getting, I think on a $10 bet they were like 55, 60 or something like that. Arkansas was to win the SEC, and then all of a sudden the money started rolling in on LSU, and LSU up. And Arkansas started getting. Arkansas was like on a $10 bet was like $110 to win the SEC, and I told everybody, well, you're gonna throw your money into futures. Screw it, just throw it into Arkansas. They got a pretty damn good team. They finished strong, all that fun stuff. Well, now we see why they get you $110 if they won the SEC. Now, those people who throw all that money on the SEC on LSU are probably pretty happy right now. But it did change. It changed quick. A lot of money must have rolled in for LSU because it changed quick. I haven't seen in 1 month, especially that opening month, it can change. But man, that was a big future change, huge future change.
Sophomore, and he's taken down at the 28. West Virginia is going to have to use their second time out of the half. From their own 28-yard line. Third down. Here's a run.
All right, going into halftime, 14 apiece.
We've played a half, 14 apiece.
Sure enough.
Third quarter now, tie ball game as we're set to resume play. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one.
It's anybody's ball game right now. Now, I did go 4-0 in the last region. A lot of people went 4-0 in the last region. Wondering how I'm going to do this time. I did not take a breakdown to see who between. I can do that right now. So me and Snug are tied. I have West Virginia.
3-yard gain by the running back.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 32-yard line.
Snug has West Virginia. Snug has Alabama and Louisville. I think Snug and I know Snug and I picked the same exact people in this round. So Snug and I will definitely be tied again after the first round. Snug and I will be tied. Now, whether we're tied for first or not will, of course, all depend on this game because I am positive that somebody with 9 wins has got to have Arkansas.
From their own 43-yard line, it's first down. He's going to try and scramble. Brought down.
Whoa, Arkansas. Don't do it to me. I really do wish I could figure out whatever the hell this bug is that is doing this. All right, I know for a fact. So the big Kansas deal has 9 wins. So there's at least one person. If Arkansas wins, will then be up tied. It'll at least be a 3-way tie. I bet you it'd be like a 5-way tie if Arkansas wins.
Throws to the tailback, incomplete.
Yeah.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
The quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
All right, let's see. There's something that I wanted to bring up.
Quick out to his receiver.
Oh God. This is funny. And Wake might.
And he still brought it in to give this team a big lift.
Oh, and you know what? Now I forgot what the hell that line is. Wake will know because I'm sure they're running the same.
Got the corner.
I'm sure they're running the same commercial where Wake is. They're running a commercial on the radio about the Duke North Carolina game, and I believe the tagline is "This game means something," which is too damn funny because of course it's in a way they're trying to bring hype to the game, but at the same way they're making fun of the game because the game doesn't normally mean a damn thing. Oh man. I mean, last couple of years, Duke has been in the Coastal Division, or the Atlantic Division. No, the Coastal Division. Coastal Division. God, I hate that. For years, Duke has been in the Coastal Division, so of course that meant something to Duke to beat UNC because they needed to keep their lead and or catch up. But I think it's funny that the tagline, this year means something.
Sets up a screen. Tilmack's got it. He's tackled at the 20. The man defense proves to be too tough against the scrn.
That was an excellent job by the defenders.
So I guess if West Virginia loses their win over, you'll have 4 losses. So you are.
3 points. It's up, and they tack on 3 points.
Yeah, you're 1 game behind Snug and I tied for the lead. So you got.
Arkansas kick this one off.
Now you got to be two games behind.
Got a hold of that kick.
No. You're 9-3. 1 game behind. Oh, that was a good damn run back.
39-yard line.
All right, so you're 9-3 right now. So you're 1 game behind the lead.
This deficit
It's going to be very interesting. Now, I did not do a point system, which I go back and forth about what the point system should be rather than just a win-loss. How many points you should get for first and second and third and all that.
He's taken down past the 44.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's on the run.
101 I Sim Dynasty. Sim week 1, Wisconsin beat UMass 98-0. Nice. There's a sim loss for you.
That's a good decision.
Wake believes whoever the Coastal sends will get smashed. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, good throw, and West Virginia takes the lead 21-17.
This offense just had so many weapons to defend.
That's my boy throwing that ball. Skylar Harris. Woo! To shorts. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. The Coastal.
It was a quick 3-play, 61-yard drive.
I don't know. I'm going to have to root for Duke.
So our score
I don't want UNC going.
117. Lambert as his kick team
Be interested to see what Clemson. I can't anymore evaluate a damn thing with Clemson. So we're just gonna say Clemson is what Clemson does.
I've just been impressed with
Obviously, my blind hatred has corrupted me, and I've been so wrong about Clemson that I don't want to be one of those complete morons. I am a complete moron, but not one of those complete morons that are completely oblivious to a team being good. And let's just say Clemson does pull a Clemson. I don't want to be one of those morons that steps up and says, "See, I told you they weren't that good." When in fact, week after week after week, they've proven me wrong. As I've said, they'll lose against Louisville, they'll lose against Notre Dame, they'll get crushed by Miami. So at this point in time, the ship has sailed. Even if they lose the last 4 games of the year, I can't say anything.
Run play and he'll lose yards.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. 3rd down.
Pitt would be a good team in the conference. I was shocked about the UNC game. I thought for sure, I was telling everybody the Thursday game was going to be fun, but I had a chance that Pittsburgh was just going to wipe the floor with them. Boy, was I wrong. In fact, actually, UNC jumped all over them. Pitt did whatever they possibly could to get back into that game.
Smith is back deep.
Cryptic, if you're going to be on, you can trump everybody else, and we can do Virginia Tech, Alabama next. Those are the games. We got Michigan State UTEP, which I think that's going to be our straight to U. There's no real reason to play that game. We shockingly are 2 versus 7. Auburn versus Louisville. We are split down the middle of that game.
He is on. It already seems
Oh,
like
shit.
whatever this
I can't say that now that I think about it,
defense
Cryptic,
isn't
because we got our
working.
resident Auburn fan in here. So
Just a little bit more pressure, and they
normally
might be able
fans
to
trump
force them
fans,
into
but
a
we got both
mistake.
fans on here. So I get if you're going to, it doesn't matter. So it's going to be, you have to throw to a vote, because we do have Auburn fan and a Cryptic, and Cryptic's our Virginia Tech fan. So I can't trump fan for fan when we got him on there.
Around the 48-yard line.
First down.
Luke Kuechly, there you go. We got our Madden 15 Panther season for the resident Auburn fan. Awesome. I want to see the UTEP game. Yeah, no. Gotta get a hell of a lot more votes than that for the damn UTEP game. We are attempting to put good games on. We just do not want horrible. We don't want to. I mean, we don't want to watch. Let's see. We had Oklahoma straight to YouTube game. Straight to UTEP. Straight to YouTube game. Oklahoma 45. Northern Illinois 7. We don't want that. Straight to YouTube. Actually, the Oregon Northern Illinois game. The video mysteriously shut down during the first quarter. The capture mysteriously shut down during the first quarter, and that was a 77-10 game. So, you know, Splash Money 24. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate the follow. Join the Twitch chat if you want. We talk about just about everything. Whether you're a people watcher, that's fine. You can sit on the sidelines and watch us talk about stupid crap and listen to me act like a moron. Is what I do best, or actually a dingus.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Mike 42,
Might have been some early movement up front.
False start. Offense.
It's so tough to move.
Let's see here. Winford, the Washington State do this season. I don't know what you're really talking about. You talking about in the sim season?
10-yard line.
They did pretty bad. I can say that right now. Wake wants to be the tiebreaker. He wants to replay the Navy game. I'm going to tell you right now, Wake, I am extremely...
Pass complete and taken down immediately.
Well-designed route and a confidently thrown football by
I
the quarterback.
like Navy being in. After that game, I looked back and thought,
Is up by 4.
was a little depressed that Navy wasn't going on.
Throws it to the halfback on the screen. Makes a move and he's in for the touchdown.
Definitely was a little depressed about what was going on. The fact that Navy lost.
And he hits the PAT. A nice 9-play.
All right, I want to see Bama burn the Hokies. Same. So it looks like we're going Bama and Virginia Tech. Of course, it's a little bit earlier than the fourth quarter voting, but it looks like we're going Virginia Tech, Bama.
Because of the versatility of the offense.
This one's going to be down in the end
Up
zone
next.
for a touchback. Putting up good numbers.
You know, the most impressive thing you could
Cryptic.
say is not only does the entire
I'm gonna miss
defense
Frank
know,
Beamer.
The entire stadium knows he's going to get the football, and they
Yeah,
still cannot slow him down.
I'm glad Beamer's stepping down. The reason why I'm glad Beamer's stepping down has absolutely nothing to do with
The thing that I love about
has
this is
absolutely
he
nothing to
always
do
seems
with
to
the
be
game passed him by. I'm doing the air quotation marks, by the
doing
way.
a good job of keeping the chains moving and keeping the drives alive.
The reason why I'm happy he's stepping down is he doesn't have to listen to that crap. One of the things that I cannot stand is teams have downturns, especially Virginia Tech. For the love of God, Virginia Tech is not going to be a powerhouse for the next century. They're not gonna sustain decades of being nationally relevant. It's not gonna happen. They had a good run. They're going to try to get back to it, but that is not the norm. The huge run is not the norm. Concentrate on getting back to the ACC championship, winning a couple of ACC championships. That right there is the norm for Virginia Tech. Looking for conference championships. Trying to be in the mix of conference championships. That's what they are. That's what they were when they made the jump to the Big East. Got their people in there. Got Frank Beamer to do a good recruiting. Teams go through these spells, but because Frank Beamer is old, it's passed him by. No, it hasn't. But the good news with him retiring is he doesn't have to listen to people say that. Now, I will listen to people say, well, I think you got out too late, in which case I, without a doubt, give him the absolute authority to roll up a newspaper and smack the dude right in the nose. It's like the bad puppy they are. Smack! Sit! Anyways, that's why I'm happy. So many old coaches get in there and they talk about the game has passed them by, yada, yada, yada. What they don't understand, these old coaches, what they're doing is they're getting young talent in. And I don't mean young talent as in young players. They're getting young coordinators in. They're teaching them the industry. They're being mentors. They're not drawing up plays. They're tweaking plays. It's what the young kids are for. It's what these offense coordinators are for. You get the mentoring under them. You try to develop an offensive scheme with your mentor. He tweaks some of the plays. He starts telling you, hey, look, maybe you want to do this on third and whatever. This team, look at this team's safeties, yada, yada, yada. Do this, do that. He's tweaking. He's not the one. He's not the big gear that's running the show. So when you say these old coaches have, the game has passed them by, you're being an ignorant moron because the game, they're not the ones that are drawing up the new plays. They're just tweaking them. And yes, okay, fine, they have bad. That's the thing. Coaches have bad years. Teams have bad years, and it all depends where they are. Virginia Tech's bad year because Virginia Tech is who Virginia Tech is. Virginia Tech's bad year can definitely be below 500. Alabama's bad years are going to be 8 and somethings. So I'm happy for him to retire because he never has to listen to that crap again. Oh, God, I completely missed this. Yeah, I went on my little thing. Wake. Whenever Navy loses, Donald Trump gets another vote. Too damn funny. Splash Money. I thought Arkansas was going to be good this season. You ain't the only one, buddy. You ain't the only.
If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting.
There was a comment on my YouTube section that the guy was laughing about the fact that the Iron Bowl in the simulation had Auburn, Alabama fairly even, especially on defense, and the dude commented, Auburn, Alabama. Had to laugh at Auburn, Alabama being equal in defense, and I just commented back. That was what people thought in July. It is very, not very. What people think in July and what actually hits the field in September and on are two completely different things. It's unfortunate. Wait, Mike Vick should be Virginia Tech's next coach, just for shits and giggles. Oh, God.
He's on the run. And he's going to be sacked.
You can't take sacks like that as a quarterback.
It'll be interesting to see how Virginia Tech carries on.
Find the receiver, get out of the pocket, and throw the ball away.
It's 4th down. They'll call on the field.
I mean, it was, and I brought it up, and I'll bring it up again, just the fact that Virginia Tech and ECU back in the early 90s were comparable. They were right there. They were budding. And Virginia Tech took that jump to the Big East, and I gotta look it up. Might have been. I'm sure Cryptic probably knows right off the bat, or not. I don't know.
More successful with this drive as they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it. He gets rid of this one. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
From their own 25-yard line. 2nd down.
Looks like 1995. They say 1995 is when they jumped to the Big East.
When you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you
The
want
bigger
to do is
conference,
just
the
to
better,
throw
the
the
more
ball in
publicity.
the cup.
Obviously, Frank Beamer did have something to do with it. ECU did not. They didn't want to be pushed around by the big boys, even though they were actually every now and then beating the big boys.
He wants it all going long.
Oh, that's gonna be picked. Uh-oh. I think Arkansas is done for.
Around the 43-yard line. Good job to
I
pick
think
that ball
Arkansas
up.
is done for.
Great job at getting in that passing lane and coming away with the ball.
$10 bet the Virginia Tech's next coach comes from the MAC. Nice.
Empty backfield. Quarterback.
Oh,
Five wide
we got
receivers.
Jockey coming in here. Fun fact, in the older game, Virginia Tech never got bad because one of the head
Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do
One of the
much
head
better
project
job
guys
of
went
being
there.
able to read
Nice.
that defense and make quicker decisions, and especially when the defense starts
Well, if
to
you
get
look,
pressure, you've got to
if-
either
if
get
you
rid of that
look
football,
at-
check it down,
if
or
you
take
look
off and
at
run.
the who always is rated higher, you would get who graduated from what. There was Virginia Tech. There was a couple people from Florida State. And there was an Okie fan on the a Sooner fan on the
Passes and it's almost picked off.
on the project team. Trying to think what else there was. Somebody actually went down and put the I can't remember if it was Operation Sports or NCAA strategy. Used to be Utopia. I think now it's done for. Somebody in one of those big forums. I think it was Utopia that did it.
Tackle made.
But they went down and they like put in the alumni, and they ranked the alumni, and then they put the team ratings of those of those teams on there, and
Kept up the pressure to try to fluster this quarterback some more.
without a doubt, the bumps went towards the guys who had the alumni who were the teams that had the alumni on that project. Cryptic, I'm glad to see him step down. He was going to be missed ever since. Yeah, he's coaching 22 straight bowl games. Did not realize that. Could be 30, 23. Yeah, I'm glad to see him step down. I don't like watching people yell at him. It ain't his fault.
He's at the 40.
I like how efficient the offense looked on that play. Everybody knew their assignment, and it all came together for a nice run.
I think we look at Bud Foster to be the head coach. We'll see.
He scrambles.
Yeah, we'll see.
Brought down right around the 28-yard line. He scrambles there for about 8 yards.
Yeah, I'm curious where they're going to go.
Second down,
It'll
and
be
they're gonna
interesting.
get 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Hell, I think I'd take the Virginia Tech. I'd take the Virginia Tech job over Miami right now. I can tell you that right now.
Fires it out. He's tackled around the 19-yard line. And for Henry, the team's single-season reception record is now his.
Sure, he's had some drops along the way, but he never hangs his head. Never gets down on anyone for a bad
Jockey, so awful that Miami beating Duke was an upset. Duke's a good team. First of all, Duke's a good team. Second of all, what's awful about that game was the fact that that shouldn't have been a win.
There to stop him.
Obviously, had the refs called it appropriately that the knee was down.
17-yard line. It's second down. A little
Game
more than
over.
2
Duke
extra
wins.
fourth quarter.
But Duke's a good team. They've been building up for years, and it's one of the things. One of the things that Duke will never get. I don't think will get. TCU had been building up their program,
A 7-play, 7
and I think this is year 6
7 points.
since they've actually. I think they've had like 6 good seasons in a row. And I think now in year 6, people are starting to talk about them Well, they were talking about him being nationally relevant last year and obviously nationally relevant this year.
Oh, he's obviously come in here with a plan.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with if Duke continues on this trajectory.
He has to have one of the more
3 years from now.
all of this year.
It'll be interesting to see what people say. You know, especially 2 years from now. If 2 years from now Duke puts up double digits in wins, or you know just finishes the season with 1 loss, we'll see what happens. Now, will it happen? I don't know, but Duke's done a great job. I mean, Colquitt has done an absolute great job. They are a very good team. As an NC State alumni, I could care less about them. I wish that was my team that made that big of a turnaround. It's not. I'm not going to call Duke good until they actually play somebody. Okay, I'm not going to call Baylor or TCU good until they play somebody.
From their own 49-yard line. First down. Inside handoff. He fights forward to around midfield.
All right, Arkansas, are they gonna come? They need to hold them here. No, I guess it's over.
Just over a minute left.
West Virginia does something stupid.
And he's tackled at the 37-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From the 37-yard line. First down. And this should be
When-
a kneel down as they just try to kill
When
the
Duke
clock.
played Florida State in the ACC, they lost 45-7.
Down to one knee.
That was the Florida State national championship team, correct? I mean that's I guess. Yes, they got their ass whooped by the national champions. I mean, it does happen. And it all depends. What is your definition of good? I say good is a top 25 team. Duke is definitely a top 25 team.
Take a knee. And for Howard, he earns player of the game recognition for helping.
And oh, by the way, a team that is nationally
for West Virginia,
looking nationally good.
prestigious 10-win category for the season. And for the Razorbacks,
Well, it was looking nationally good. They did beat, but
it gives them a 9-4 record.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just saying. You know, people keep with these stigmas. I mean, look at it this way. Look at what happened to Ole Miss and Mississippi State last year. Last year, Ole Miss and Mississippi State almost got the West Division, the SEC, and everybody wanted to talk about how great they were. I'm sitting there watching this team, and I'm going, just a little bit better than they've been. It's the SEC that's dropped back. What happened when they went to bowl games? Mississippi State lost to Georgia Tech. TCU whooped the floor with Ole Miss. I mean, had that been Duke, which did the same thing the year before, you know, came out of nowhere and looked good, everybody just said, it's the ACC, they suck. That's how bad they are. Duke's actually winning the Coastal. No one said anything about Mississippi State. Mississippi State this year, or Ole Miss this year, beats Alabama. Everybody wants to talk about how great Ole Miss is because they beat somebody. Then they go and lose to Memphis. Okay, you guys want to tell me, are they good? Or is just Alabama not as good as what Alabama's been? Look at that. Skylar Howard, 343 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's sort of what this is sort of what the issue here. Gibson, 7 catches, 108 yards. Nice. All right, next up, Bama, Virginia Tech. Winner will play the winner of the Auburn-Louisville game. So actually, Auburn, Alabama could be playing real quick in this one.